Hello everyone, I am Nila Kanmani, PhD student working with Dr. Piyush Chonsali and Professor Manu Santhanam. I am working on utilization of biomass ash for cementitious binders. Now let's look at the equipment. Here is the particle size analyzer, which is used to measure the particle size distribution using laser diffraction technique. Let's see how it functions. A laser beam will be directed towards the dispersed particle, which will diffract the laser beam. The diffracted laser light will be captured and re-evaluated to quantify the particle size. This particle size analyzer can measure a wide range of particle size ranging from 0.04 to 2500 micron meter. Let's look at the components of the equipment. Here we have a sample dispersion unit with a blade to ensure proper dispersion of the materials in the liquid medium. Then we have two laser sources which emits the laser beam that will interact with the particles. And then we have detectors which captures the diffracted beam to analyze the particle size. And then we have a software which is used to operate the instrument and analyze and view the results as well. Let's get into the practical part. Here we have a sample of biomass ash which we'll analyze. To start, we should make sure that the particles are well distributed in the liquid medium. Today we'll demonstrate with the wet dispersion method where we'll use water as a dispersing medium because biomass ash is not reactive in water. However, when we go for cementitious materials like ordinary Portland cement or slag which is reactive with water, we have to go for isopropyl alcohol as a dispersing medium. Now let's start the analysis. On the control panel, we open a new file and select the type of measurement mode which will go for particle size series liquid. Now let's enter the sample ID. Then we have to enter the sample dispersion parameters, and then we have to enter the sample measurement time which is kept as 1 minute, and we have to edit the stir speed, pump speed, and set the obscuration limit which is used to select the amount of material required for the analysis. Then we can enter the other parameters as well required for analysis. Now we have to select the refractive and absorption indices of the material and the dispersion medium. This is already fed in the database. If our material is new, then we can enter the data by ourselves and then which can be added to the database. Now let me select the material which is biomass ash which is available in the database. Now the dispersion medium used is water which is selected. So now after entering all the parameters, we have to go for repetition. So in repetition, I'm giving 3 repetitions to ensure the results, and then once I click generate, the analysis is ready to start. So let's start. So here it says us we have to now measure the background. To start the experiment, we need to run the background which is water here. I'm filling the sample dispersion unit with distilled water. We have to enter, we have a marking here, we have to fill water till the marking. Now we can run the background. Let's select a new background. Once we select new background, it automatically starts. Now the background run is completed. Let's add the sample. Where less amount of sample is required, even less than a gram, I'll just add little bit. Now we'll add water to disperse it. Now I'll add the sample to the sample dispersion unit. The amount of sample required is selected based on the obscuration limit, which is usually maintained between 10 to 15. So let's start the analysis now. Once we press continue, it will automatically undergo ultrasonicating, then it starts to analyze the results. The analysis is done. We are seeing the results page now. So here we can see 3 trials because we are given 3 times repetition. So it shows mean particle size D10, D50 and D9 and mean size as well. Now we'll go to the reports. Once the analysis is done, we have exported the reports. Here we can visualize the particle distribution results from each set of measurements, and then we can also see the different D10, D50, D90 values from the 3 set of measurements. We can export the data from here in many formats, either in PDF format or in Excel format as well. The exported data can be further analyzed and used for plotting. So now I have shown here a plot from our research. So it shows the biomass ash before processing and after processing. So this is the biomass ash particle distribution of the biomass ash without processing, and this one is after grinding and after thermal processing. So we could see that the change in the particle distribution due to processing. More finer fracture is indicator of better particle packing and better reactivity, which will contribute to strength. Thank you.